Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have an Ancient Tomb from Billy on Eldrazi Menace. Putting out a Chalice at 1. Classic opening for the deck. You're going to want to get that Chalice to stick and eliminate that bottom rung of the ladder for the control deck. They have so many good 1-mana spells, and here is one. As Force of Negation, stop that Chalice, and now Inquisition can take aim at Billy's hand. Matter Reshaper or Endless One. Matter Reshaper, actually more difficult to deal with, as Fatal Push will kill Endless One all the time. 0 CMC while it's on the board. And you know what? A 4/4 Endless One after you've had your first spell countered and your hand hit with a discard spell is quite a bit of resiliency here. We'll see if Caleb is able to answer this 4/4. And now we have Chalice coming down. Fatal Push in response clears the Endless One, but the Chalice is going to stick. And Caleb is going to have difficulty navigating underneath this Chalice. It's going to eliminate his removal, put more pressure on his counter spells. And, you know, if Billy finds Cavern of Souls, then the counter spells can't even enter. Oh, look at that. Right off the top like a savage. Tapping out for another giant Endless One. This one a 6/6 uncounterable, and it's going to be difficult for him to actually remove now. Opposition Agent being flashed in. So another 3/3 could set up a situation with a double block. Oh no, but a Fatal Push ran into... Sequencing issue there. Brazen Borrower bouncing the Endless One. Oh, that is brutal. An inaccuracy that is going to be really punished, as this Endless One is gigantic. We'll see if the life totals are low enough. Can Caleb actually get there? Billy's been using his life with Ancient Tomb. A Mutavault attacks, and now a Thought-Knot Seer clears the remainder of Caleb's hand. And that is just going to do it. Oh, brutal. Brazen Borrower, the petty theft side of that, getting rid of the Chalice momentarily, and then allowing that Fatal Push to resolve would really have been just so much better. That Endless One, that is a rough one. That is a rough one. I will say that playing on camera does require a bit more precision when you're thinking through things. Like, you really got to make sure that you're constantly aware of the board state. I mean, similar to in paper Magic, however, it is probably easier to lose track of a Chalice of the Void or Cavern of Souls. And it's not the easiest thing to play on camera. I do appreciate everyone playing on camera. There's something to be said for knowing that your mistakes can get put out there. But I find that they can be quite instructive, honestly. Everybody does make mistakes. Well, anyone that actually plays, that is. It's, I suppose, if you never actually play, I guess you do spare yourself from making any errors, but that is, in large part, how we learn as well. I like to really feel the pain of those errors and use that as a ward in the future. I find I'm pretty averse to those negative emotions that come with punting, and you know, they can rein in your lines a little bit, cause you to slow down just enough to catch potential errors. Playing on autopilot, you know, it's a very important skill to have, but it's also important to know when it's not best to use it. So, you know, if you're coming down to a situation where you're gonna run out of time and you absolutely need to play as accurately and as fast as possible, having those reps in and being able to play without considering everything is super important. But You know, when you're playing in this type of board state, slowing it down, considering the situation, often merited. And I suspect this matchup generally going to go pretty fast. Now we've got an Eldrazi Mimic, followed up by a Endless One. The Mimic is taken down. It didn't actually follow which removal spell it was. Let me know in the comments if that is just a Fatal Push or not. But Endless One now, ready to do some significant damage for a turn. Caleb's looking at 3 to 4 turns left, depending on how much damage he might do to himself with cards like Thoughtseize, Fetch Lands, Force of Will. And speaking of things that merit forcing, he's got a Force of Negation pitching Force of Will on Chalice of the Void. Preserving the life, exiling the Chalice. And Gurmag Angler is a big boy there. Zombie Fish, conveniently bigger than the 4/4. And Caleb may be in decent shape here, despite only having 2 lands, a basic swamp and a basic island. He will eventually want more, as his deck features Hull Breacher and Opposition Agent, neither of which are like super amazing in this matchup. Oh, it was a Baleful Strix. That looks like the one from the Secret Lair. So I believe that was the card earlier as well. Thank you to anyone that might have pointed that out already. Baleful Strix. Happy to trade when it's worth trading. In this instance, the Gurmag is just going to devour that Matter Reshaper, and Billy's going to keep on churning, using that ramp and finding a pair of Matter Reshapers. Eye of Ugin actually reducing their costs. And now Umezawa's Jite, a very real threat. This is lining up pretty well here for Billy. Jite is going to be able to get counters, which are going to be very useful in dealing with the situation. Able to ping the Baleful Strix or finish off a Gurmag Angler. And, I mean, he's getting aggressive. He's swinging with both. We have a flashed in Thief blocking. And now City of Traders. And the Baleful Strix sticking around. I'm actually a little surprised by this line. I would have liked to have seen the Umezawa's Jite do more work. And what looks like a Drown in the Loch to me, taking out that other Endless One. Gurmag actually able to get aggressive now. Though Umezawa's Jite I actually don't know if it's Jite or Jit. Jita. Should ask some Japanese speakers how that's actually pronounced. Caleb crashing in with this Zombie Fish. Gurmag Angler doing some damage, but Eldrazi Mimic. And now Jite gets picked up. And it looks like he's slowing his roll now. Thorn of Amethyst and Chalice, both of which are going to slow down future involvement in the game from Caleb. And he's going to turn everything sideways. Well, he's thinking this through. Just the Gurmag. And this is going to result in 2 counters on the Jite. Oh, wow. Brazen Borrower. Looks like it's winning this game. Bouncing that Umezawa's GT back to hand. What a blowout line that Caleb found there. Bouncing it. Essentially getting a 1-for-1 trade. I mean, it's really a 2-for-1. You got rid of the GT. You devour the Endless one with the Gurmag Angler. The GT costs 3 mana now thanks to the Thorn of Amethyst. I mean, this is a disaster situation. All right, stepping away there to help a customer. We've got a Plague Engineer and a Opposition Agent to an empty board, but Ayavugan, won't actually be able to come to the rescue. Given enough time, it can generate quite a lot of card advantage and really help you stabilize, but when you're at 5, facing down 5 damage, Billy going to need something right now, some type of body. A Thought-Knot Seer. And we see some 1 casting cost cards. And Billy's scooping that one up. So Caleb picking that game up. And Billy winning that first game means we are headed into game 3. Billy will have the play. Going to look to land a first turn Chalice of the Void. That can really hobble a wide range of keepable hands. So many hands are going to use Ponder or Brainstorm speculatively. Smooth things out. Either finding the mana you need or the threats. Just an Ancient Tomb go, and Caleb's able to fire off a Brainstorm main phase, which is a little surprising. I can't think of a ton of reasons to jam that main phase with his build, but we've got a Eye of Ugin into a pair of Matter Reshapers. Force of Will hitting the second one, pitching Baleful Strix, and Eldrazi Mimic. Eldrazi just vomiting its hand onto the table here. Another Baleful Strix. One was pitched to Force of Will. The other is going to look to trade. And he's just doing Eldrazi stuff here. Thought-Knot Seer could have been worse. Still really bad. Snapcaster and Lily. Lily is taken out. And now Baleful Strix trading with the 4/4 Mimic. 7 damage on board now. And Caleb can get a Snapcaster Mage out there to trade with the Matter Reshaper at least. But this is a very dire situation. Wasteland takes out the Ancient Tomb. Fatal Push takes out the Thought-Knot Seer. And now he's got a Snapcaster for later. Oh, Reality Smasher. Oh, man. Caleb trying to hold on here, but the pressure just keeps mounting as this 5/5 hasty damage. More mana. And now Phyrexian Metamorph. I believe that's a Metamorph. That'll be lethal. As Eldrazi just proves to overwhelm this Dimir list. Too bad. I'd actually like to see more of this Dimir list, see exactly what's going on in there. There's a lot of potential for both Hull Breacher and Opposition Agent. I think Hull Breacher probably the stronger of the two cards, but people are definitely excited about both of them, and we haven't seen much of it on camera yet. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.